Good morning, everybody. HOA Ham Radio Guy, KQ4TYT. We are out here at US-4522 and 9203, Palmetto State Trail, Francis Mirror National Forest, to do a put activation with a new bag. Here's the parking lot. I know the trail goes that way, so we're going to hike in that way and see if we can set up station and make some contacts. And like I said, using that bag for the first time, I'm really excited about that. So, top two. All right, try to ignore the cars driving by. Quick little setup of the ZBM25 weather whip on the outside of the bag here, just tucked into some of the cabling, some of the strapping on the sides here. Comes up and around to the radio, little hand mic. This should help right, gets the antenna up a little higher and off my shoulder versus being like tucked down to my side. So I'm super excited to get this bag out for the first time. So she does. If my audio isn't as clear as my last video, it's because I forgot the mics. Plus wearing them like all the way in and all the way out would be a pain, so I'm probably not going to do that. So deal with not as good audio quality for these videos if I'm out here in the parks. Hat, right? Usually I wear a little different hat, but here today I'm going to wear this one. The sun's going to come out eventually and toast it up out here. So I'll try to dress appropriately for the weather. Plus this looks so non-threatening anyways. Big bag, hiking out in public. People are like, oh my gosh, what's this guy doing? I wear this little hat and they're like, oh, he's just a loser, never mind. Well, the radio stuff should have given that away anyways, but some people get worried. So unfortunately for this hike, I do have to cross this main road here, which I don't like, so hopefully we can find a good opening and get across the trail. As you can see, there's a main road, and the trail's actually right there. All right, luckily for me, that was pretty easy. And the trail. So let's get to it. This is Kilo Quebec 4 Tango Yankee Tango, looking for an audio check.
What was that station? A 4BM mobile.
This is Kilo Quebec 4 Tango Yankee Tango. How's my audio?
It's kind of scratchy, but you got a solid signal coming into the repeater.
Copy, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm actually hiking in Palmetto State Trail right now and have a radio attached to my bag, and I had no idea if I could get into the repeater or not, so thank you for that.
Oh wow. Riding the mountain bike or walking around in that area most of the time.
What a nice guy driving north on, I'm assuming 26. He's probably a few miles out.
A4PM, K4AGF, man, you still out there?
There's some people, I guess, so that's cool.
Let's go ahead there.
I know this guy is Greg. I'm going to have to talk to him. But repeater range out here, right?
Man,
minimal power. It's like 5 watts. I got to go. All right, coming up on the first hurdle here. Whew, that was tough. So I do get asked questions about what I like to carry in these bags, right? Right now it's too much. It's for some exercise. It's not like I'm doing a field exercise or anything ridiculous, right? I'm just hiking with my bag. Make sure it all fits in this bag specifically. But I've got the handheld on the outside here. I've got, you see the antenna sticking up over here in my Steady Beams tactical mini mast. Then I've got the 857D, the man pack radio, 2 6-amp-hour batteries, laptop, a bunch of cables for everything. I've got my 2 solar panels in this bag now. Since the bag is big enough to hold those, I can hike in with those. The solar charge controller. I have a spool antenna with me. I have my M1 ECC slide winder with me. I have my coax cable. Let's see. Oh, don't forget the 20-meter dipole. It's 20 or 40. I should break that out eventually and double check that because I need to know if I think it's a 40 and I slide it down to 20 if I have to. But I could be wrong on that. Antenna analyzer, the Rig Expert Stick Pro. It covers my twos from 70 centimeters all the way up to, all the way down to, how do you want to say that? 180 meters. So I can test about every antenna I want. I don't mess with gigahertz stuff, so it is exactly what I need, nothing more. Yeah. And I'll show all that set up here in a minute. I'm gonna keep hiking this. This is lovely. But if I can't find any better place to operate, it's standing right here, using this as a bench, wouldn't be too bad. I would not advise canoeing this bad boy. All right, after walking about 3 miles, just over, I think I started recording a little late. There's a straight part of the trail here. Normally, in this type of situation, I would deploy the M1 EC Slidewinder. It is a vertical antenna. I'd probably put it on the trailhead here somewhere, or maybe just into the woods a little bit. And then from there, I would just connect to it, tune it in, and then use it. But I do actually see, with how straight this trail is, the ability to deploy a mast here, sorry, over there, and then run the spool antenna down to this location here with my bag and deploy a end-fed half wave. I don't usually record all that, but I might try it this time, see how it works. It's a lot of space to take up on my phone, but we'll see. While I get to that, I've selected the bed I'm going to use with the splitter. District 47 US makes these, and it's a splitter 1 to 2 USB, USB-C. That USB-C is capable of 60 watts charging, so I'm actually going to charge my phone while I'm deploying this antenna. All right, so I've got the spool antenna here, soybeam sceptical mini mast, and a C-clamp. I've learned that this is for the weight and the size of this thing. I can very easily just stick this mast, lean up against something, and just C-clamp it onto it. In this case, I picked a small tree over there that leans over the trailhead here. I'm going to C-clamp it sideways, drop the wire into the middle of the pathway, and run the spool back to here. Coax, radio, we'll be on the air in a few minutes. Walk that line, make sure everything's good. So we got the entire antenna deployed. Let me show you that real quick. The mast is C-clamped to the tree. The wire runs back that way. You see this antenna hanging off over there. Yoink. There's a spool antenna in all her glory. You'll notice I actually looped the coax up and around. Takes tension off of it, right? It's actually plugged in this time. I've made the mistake of not plugging that cable in. Still making digital contacts. And I was like, wow, my signal reports are terrible. It worked, but obviously not good. So that's all hooked up now. Coax runs around, comes to the station here. SWR is already checked on 20. Looks good. It's less than 1.5 across the whole band. I'm in a lot of trees, so honestly, that's great. The backup band of 40, also less than 1.5 across the band. That'll work just fine for me. 10 meters of fuzz high at first, and hits a 1.5 and tanks down to a 113. That's pretty good there. So I can use all these bands if I wanted to.
Over near that way, so we were kind of in the same neighborhood.
Go to the station, we'll see if we can get them, make a first contact on voice. Maybe I'll switch over to the I want. Depends on how the bands are. This is a great signal in Missouri, so
we also are doing summits on the air. If you're interested, calling CQ and standing by.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Tango, Yankee Tango, park to park.
Was that Alpha Bravo 6? QRZ, there was a park. Can you go ahead, please?
Kilo, Quebec 4, Tango, Yankee Tango, KQ4 TYT.
I didn't get the first part of your call. It's your suffix is Alpha Golf Alpha. Could you give me your call again?
Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? This is Kilo, Quebec 4, Tango, Yankee Tango. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? This is Kilo, Quebec 4, Tango, Yankee Tango. Nothing heard, nothing heard. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Kilo, Quebec 4, Tango, Yankee Tango, calling CQ POTA from parts US-4522 and 9203. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Kilo, Quebec 4, Tango, Yankee Tango, calling CQ POTA from parts US-4522 and 9203. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. All right, I called for like 10 minutes, not a soul responded. No, I don't think anybody can hear me on voice, to be honest. So we're switching over to run some digital modes here, and we'll see how this works out. All right, well, digital's up and running now. So we're gonna go and make this activation, get out of here, because I got about an hour hike out of here. This is the non-glorious side of operating out here using digital means. Voice is it's sexier. Everyone's like, oh, I want to hear voice. Voice is so cool. Oh, we see the voice. But like, man, I have not failed. That's not one. I have not failed activations yet because of this. This saves me quite often when the bands aren't good. So, oh, and yes, I paper log FT8 because the computers have crashed before and deleted everything. Make fun of me. Go for it. I don't care. I've never seen a station use FT8 before, WSJTx. I know the field, so I've got my GPS dongle plugged in. The blinking lights every time it receives a signal. It is auto-correcting my location and my time on the computer, which is important. If you're more than about 2 seconds off in this application, you won't be able to decode anything because it's looking for those time windows, which is indicated by the green bar down there. USB-C cable goes to the digi-rig, which is on the rig. So the computer is effectively telling it what to output as far as RF signals are concerned. And then it calls CQ when you press the buttons, which obviously until the last thing I hit was enable transmit. You've got your time on the one side. You've got their signal strength, the time delta, their split from the frequency, and then the message, what they're saying. This is a very baseline mode. All it does is pretty much give you their name, their location, and then the signal strength, and that's it. There's no extra stuff involved with this. Makes it real nice. See, there's another one. Red for me means that it's an incoming signal. Yellow means it's got an outgoing signal. So that guy has really strong signal into me right now. But, right, that's how this works. It's bare minimum. This is why I call it the saving grace of all of my POTA activations because, man, I called for 15 minutes, tried to talk to people, nothing on voice. Even this is going a little slow, but at least it's making progress. I'm at 8 contacts now out of 10. I'll probably go for 12-ish just for be on the safe side in case I get a call sign wrong. Or I've had some weird stuff happen with call signs, so I always get 1 or 2 more just in case I can't read my own handwriting. But I can also go back in the log and look at it now. I know how to do that, so I can look on the computer and I can look at my paper, get it figured out. So we're making good progress here. That one to 73 dials, so I need to enable transmit again. We're gonna make sure we get the next call going. Hopefully I can get out of here soon enough. My wife's gonna be mad at me because she has something I think I wasn't really aware of until like this morning, yesterday. I'm in trouble. All right, the last thing I got for this activation is going to be my Winlink email to a buddy. Right, always find one that helps you practice and get better at things. So we started doing this about a month or so ago. We'll use Winlink from the field where we're at with our POTA activation, and we will send off an after-action report effectively saying, hey, this is how it went, this is what we did, this is what went wrong, this is what went right. Short, sweet, to the point, bare minimum information effectively. But to use a Winlink on the field, right, if there's an emergency or here like hurricanes and stuff, which we were prepared for one here, right, just last week. And you got to be ready for that type of stuff. And one of those methods of communications is Winlink is really great. It's great for that. So we use it quite often. And I'm about to send this off, and you'll see that part here in a second. I just typed up the email, posted it outbox, and we'll get reconnected back to the radio and get it sent off. All right, everything's typed out, ready to go. We're connected to the radio, so we just hit start. It should call out to the radio or call to their station, make a connection, and then send off my email. But I gotta pay attention to this, so I can actually hear these 2 stations, right? You can see them down here, but I can hear both of them. So if sometimes it comes in really good. So if I just wait for these guys to be done, right, Hopefully the connection's terribly long. I just use this one because I know I can hear both sides. So regardless of which one's the station that is like calling out to the Winlink node, sorry, gateway, the gateway, and then whichever one is the actual gateway, I can hear both. So I can use this one to make my connection. Actually, I need to turn it down because you notice that's starting to peg out a little bit. Actually, there's so many pressing buttons. That's interference. Alright, this interference is killing me, but we are getting a connection. You can see the data coming across here. I got some messages, some of it either accept or deny those, I think. It should. Oh, I turned it off. I updated Winlink, so I got rid of it. Usually Winlink asks me if I want to acknowledge that I got messages coming in or out. And send or don't send. Sorry, receive or don't receive. It's receiving. It just sent, and I think I got an email myself, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, you missed the X pattern. That's how it encodes this data, right? You see down here the bars. Signal's low, it uses the whole graph as like one bandwidth. Because the packets, the data needs to be physically larger in that group to actually see it. And as the signal strength goes way up, you'll notice they'll get more individual sets. That's because it's easier to hear the information, so I can compress it down to smaller file sizes effectively, or pathways. Then you get this to go way higher. This is a low, very low data signal. So luckily I'm not sending a lot. You'll see it's actually almost done already because it's a very short email, so I say keep them short. But it sounds like somebody's getting a good contact over here. Somebody's below me a little bit. It won't affect me, right? Because I'm only getting this 500 hertz signal here. So basically, in the bandwidth of a CW signal, I'm sending an email. Pretty cool. This is not the first time I've used N9 SEO/10 for a connection. See, it's not up and down a lot, but it's getting there. It should be done almost. So I'll be on this for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then out of the way. And my problem is, it's Winlink Wednesday. That's why it's so busy. Somebody's connection timed out somewhere. I don't know what happened, but now we're getting data way faster. So I ran and reconnected to the exact same station. I don't know whose station bugged out and stopped transmitting data, but it's obviously doing the thing now for real, so this is good. Yes, you see data's now to 90 bytes per second out. That email sent off in like 2. And that's what we're looking for, right? End of session, messages sent, disconnected. Now it's doing the little handshake out of here. And I'll pack up. Forgot to record taking it down, but that's a spool 10. It comes down way faster than it goes up, man. I'll tell you what. Wow, it's like 10 minutes to set the whole thing up. And it's like 4 minutes to tear the whole thing down. I just finished packing up, walking out now. We got 11 FT8 contacts. Voice was horrible. Executed the POTA after action report via Winlink email. So overall, everything is a success. Did activate. Still hiking out. We'll see how much my total mileage is for today. Let's try making a 2 meter contact real quick. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Kilo Quebec 4. Tango, Yankee Tango. It's probably just nobody in range. Man, I'm 10 on my back there. Shoot, I'm not. You know, I'm pretty out here. 3+ miles from any major roadway. Probably got nothing. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Kilo Quebec 4. Tango, Yankee Tango. Now then, I'll probably go back to trying in the repeater. It says Kilo Quebec 4. Tango, Yankee Tango. Monitoring. Well, the repeater's coming in good. That's my man, Greg. K4AGF. How you doing today, Greg? I'm at 3.14, 159.265. Just kidding. Miles out, right? Still listening to the repeater. I almost made like 7 contacts in this repeater walking in and out alone. So that's cool. But that's all she wrote, folks, for this one. If you liked the video, please actually hit that like button. Subscribe if you actually want to see this content, right? But the likes just tell me if you guys like the type of content. I'll keep pushing it, or I'll stop. You know, so 73, guys.